Welcome to Super Easy Physics and Mathematics, CEPAM. The aim of this YouTube channel is to make the learning of physics and mathematics easy and fun for every student.
Subscribe and we will help you to easily.
Today we are going to look at the solution to Cambridge Primary Checkpoint Science, Paper 1, October 2021. To take through this solution is Orisheje Matthew. I'm your guide as we learn, as we study this past question. The paper code is 0846/01/O/N/21. That will take you to the paper. Alright, so let's step into the paper. It's going to last. Every Cambridge paper takes 45 minutes to complete. Alright, Lily pollinates a flower using a cutting board. S is the male part of the flower. What is that called? That is the pollen grain. Lily uses S to pollinate the flower. What part of the flower is pollinated? Circle the correct part, the stigma. Write the name of one animal that pollinates flower. Insect. Complete the sentence about sound. A sound is made when an object vibrates. The decibel describe how high a sound is. Sound can also be loud or quiet. Mia and Sophia use compass to test different material. Complete the sentence. The compass needle moves when the needle is near dash and dash. So we have to look for the magnetic material here. You have copper and steel. Iron and steel, not copper. Okay. Copper is a very useful material. Copper is used to make cooking pots and electrical cables. Tick the correct property of copper. High melting point. Mike connects an electric circuit. Choose from this symbol to complete the circuit. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have all of them. So you take the position. So you take that's the cell. Then from the cell we can go to, we have the first bulb, then we have the second lamp, then we have the switch. The diagram shows the bone and muscle of the arm. Describe what happened to A and B when you straighten your arm. If you straighten your arm, this contracts and this relaxes. So this one will stretch and this one will contract, get shortened. Muscle A relaxes or stretches and then muscle B contracts. Muscle A is the bicep. Muscle A is the bicep and muscle B is the tricep. This picture shows part of the skeleton. Write the name of these two organs, the part that this skeleton protects. We have the lungs and the heart. So just label what we can label here. We have the rib, we have the sternum or the breastbone. Shen makes a model of part of the solar system. Label the diagram. A is the orbit. B is the sun. C is the axis of the planet. D is the earth, which is the planet. What causes the apparent movement of sun across the sky? The rotation of the earth or the spinning of the earth on its axis? How much time does it take for D to complete travel around B? That is 1 year or 12 months or 365 work quarter days. Gabriela investigates what happens when substances are added to water. So you want to find out whether they are soluble or whether a reaction takes place. He put 10 cm cube of cool water in a test tube. He measured the temperature of the water at the start. He add 1 gram of substance to the water. He steps the measure and measure the temperature at the end. So he's trying to find out whether the temperature is going to rise or the temperature is going to drop. So when he put ammonium, temperature at the start 20 degree and the temperature drop to 20. So that's an endothermic reaction, the temperature drops. Then when he put calcium, temperature rose to 30, giving out hydrogen. That is an exothermic reaction. Ethanol in water dissolve, but there is no temperature, so there is no reaction. Sodium chloride, salt dissolves, but there is no, is soluble in water, but the temperature remains the same. Gabriel wants to use one of the substances to cool some water. So which one is the endothermic reaction? That is one that made the temperature to drop. That would be ammonium chloride. Temperature at the start was 20. After the reaction, the temperature dropped to 10. So what material is ammonium chloride? Sodium chloride dissolves in water. This process is reversible. Describe how Gabriela reverses this process to get sodium chloride out. You evaporate the solution in evaporating dish and heat it until all the water evaporates and leave behind the crystal or sodium chloride in the dish. Look at the table. What evidence is there that adding calcium to water is an irreversible process? Here, new substance is produced. The reaction, there's a reaction between calcium and water. It makes new product. So gas, she observed the release of colorless gas. And that colorless gas is called hydrogen. Blessy hit some material in a test tube. Here is the result. Colorless solid. Observation when heated turn into a colorless liquid. Remain white solid. Green solid changes to black solid. White solid is changed into a colorless liquid. Colorless liquid turn into steam. Name one piece of safety equipment to wear during this experiment. You need to wear goggles and hand gloves to hold the hot because of the heat that is involved. Here are the results. Two of the material met when heated. Turn into a colorless liquid. Change into a colorless liquid. So solid, solid, turn into liquid, solid, turn into liquid. One of the material does not change when heated. Write down the liter of the material that does not change when heated. White solid, remain white solid. One of the material is water. So we have this colorless liquid, it turns into steam. Explain your answer. Water is a colorless liquid that changes into steam when heated. Blessing hit material C, a green solid, and it changes to black solid. She predicted that the mass of the test tube and its content will change. Blessing measured the mass of the test tube and its content before she hits the material. What other measurement does she make to see if her prediction is correct? She recorded the color change from green to black. Force are measured using force meter. What is the reading of B? 5 Newton. Complete the result in the table. There's a pattern in the result. Complete. As the number of masses increase, the reading of the first metal increases. Predict the result when 8 masses are put on the first. Hassan and Jamila grew plants in different colored bottles. Hassan wants to make the test fair. He put the same amount of soil in each bottle. Write down one other factor kept the same. He used the same size of bottle and he put them in the same place. On the window. Expose the same amount of light. Choose the word from the list. The plant grew best in the dash bottle. So if you look at them, which of them that grew taller, that grew best? So you see in the clear bottle, this is because the plants in this bottle are dash. Are the biggest or the tallest or the highest. From this, the conclusion will be more reliable if they put dash plants in each bottle. What does light give to plant to help them grow? Energy. Carlos used his lung to get oxygen into his body. Describe how the oxygen gets to all parts of his body. Oxygen is carried in the blood pumped by the heart around his body. Carlos needs oxygen in all parts of his body. Write down 2 reasons why Carlos needs oxygen. Oxygen is used for respiration. Oxygen is used to burn food to release energy. Eco investigates shadow. She put a star-shaped piece of card between the source of light and a white screen. Why does the card form a shadow? It blocks the ray of light from falling on the screen. And it's opaque. Eco moved the card closer to the light source. What happened to the shadow? It gets bigger in size. Eco changed the white screen to a mirror. She sees the star in the mirror. Explain why she sees the star in the mirror. Mirror reflects rays from the star. Question 14. The freezing point of a material is the temperature when a liquid becomes a solid. What is the meaning of the word boiling point? Boiling point is the temperature when a liquid becomes a gas. Write down the temp of the boiling point of water. Include the unit, 100 degrees Celsius. What is the meaning of the word melting point? Melting point is the temperature when a solid becomes a liquid. Write down the temperature of the melting point of water, 0 degrees Celsius. Question 15. Food chains. Food chains are made up of producer, consumer, predator, and prey. What are producers? Is a green plant in the food chain that uses light of the sun to make its food. What are consumers? Consumer is an organism that eats plant or an animal in a food chain. What's a predator? A predator is an animal that hunts and eats another animal in the food chain. The number of predators in the food chain increases. What will happen to the number of their prey? Decreases. Penguins living in very cool places huddle together in big groups. This helps them survive the cold. Amen investigate why huddling together help penguins survive the cold. He put 10 boiling tubes in beaker A and put 1 boiling tube into beaker B. Add 40 cm cube of hot water to each of the boiling tube and measure the temperature of the water in the boiling tube S and Y. He records the temperature of the boiling tube S and Y every 2 minutes. Ahmed made a prediction. I think the water in S will stay warmer than the water in Y. The test tube is surrounded with hot test tube and remain warmer than test tube Y, which is surrounded with cold air. Ahmed wants to investigate how far help animals survive the cold. He wrapped follow wool round the boiling tube. He put the boiling tube in beaker A. He put another boiling tube in beaker B. Without wrapping wool round it. He add 40 cm cube of water to each boiling tube. He measured the temperature of the boiling tube in beaker A and beaker B. He record the temperature of the water in the boiling tube, beaker A, and that in beaker B every 2 minutes. We have come to the end of Primary Checkpoint Science, Paper 1, October 2021.
Subscribe and we will help you to easily upgrade your performance to an A+.